What is up, YouTube? This is your boy Scott with Reselling History. I got another watch video for you guys. I bought this little box of watches. It's not a whole lot, but I paid $200. I kind of paid up for it, more than I usually like to, but there were some really nice name brand vintage watches in here. And I wanted to share the results with you guys, see if I did good. And if I did good, I might restore one or two of them. So let's take a look. All right, so paid $200 for all this. A little more than I like to usually pay. Let's take a look and see what I got in here. So first up, we have, looks like we have this quartz watch, and it is a Bulova watch, Chicago Bulls. This is, I've seen these before. This is probably from like the, I want to say the 90s. Yeah, quartz powered watch. Pretty cool looking watch, kind of scratched up. Hopefully it just needs a new battery and it can work, but I think this is a nice find. I'm not entirely sure on the value on this. If it's working with a new battery, maybe 40 or 50 bucks to the right person. Put a new band on it. The band is pretty shot. Yeah, we'll put that aside. All right, next up, I kind of got excited when I first saw this, but I quickly see what it's not. It kind of looks like Omega, right? It looks like it says Omega, but it's actually a C and an I. And it's kind of made to look like a O. So I think this is a Cimega watch. And it looks pretty cheap. It is mechanical. I think this is kind of like your knockoff watch company that just tried to make watches that resembled Omega watch. It says Swiss made. Kind of interesting. It's still an old looking watch, vintage, probably from the 60s or 70s. I'm gonna pop the back off right here and I'm gonna see who made this watch. All right, I popped off the back, and as you can see, the movement looks pretty simple. It's definitely not an Omega. And it's made by some company called, it's kind of hard to read right there, JD Wisa Watch Ltd. Never heard of it. Another obscure watch company. There's probably thousands and thousands of obscure watch companies that nobody's ever heard of, but I'll do some research on it. I don't think it's a valuable watch. It looks like it's made to be a knockoff. All right, next up here, we have a pretty nice looking watch. This is Sekonda. I've heard of this watch company. It's got the little date on it. It's 17 jewels. Oh yeah, that's right. This is a Russian watch, USSR, it says right there on the bottom. And man, it's a nice looking watch. You got to admit, the dial is in great condition. It is a mechanical watch. Let me see if it's working. All right, unfortunately, the crown is not spinning at all. So this is going to need to be repaired or can be a parts watch. Now, I have bought a few Russian watches in the past, and as far as I know, they don't go for a whole lot of money. Some of the older ones do. Probably one of the best watches I've ever found was at a thrift shop, and it was a Soviet Union watch from World War II, and I bought that for $5 a few years ago, and man, I wish I never sold it. I think I sold it for parts for $100 or $200, but I wish I held on to that watch. But nevertheless, that's a cool looking watch. And next up in here, let's keep it going. We got a Helbros, a pretty famous watchmaker. This is a self-winding automatic watch. And it doesn't look like it's working. I hear it. I hear the little automatic winding action, but yeah, this is not working. That's going to be another repair watch. All right, and next up here, there is a pocket watch. And this is a pretty unique looking one. This is made by, let me zoom in here. I believe that says Carl, I can't really make out that T. Carl Dotling. And it's a nice looking dial. Unfortunately, it's damaged right there, and it has no crystal as well. I'm gonna say this is probably like in late 1800s pocket watch. It's not a key pocket watch. It's gonna be just winding on the crown, but if you turn it around, it has some, what I think is German, Geschichtlich Gesuch, J. Deal. I don't know if the J. Deal is the person who owned the watch, had it engraved. I'm not sure what those German words mean. I'm gonna have to do some translating. And right there, I think it says that Karl Lotting again. Interesting. Let's open up the back and take a further look at this. All right, so here's the movement. You see it is a base metal watch, so it is not sterling. Let's zoom in on those words. I think that might say France. Let me know what you guys think. I honestly don't know much about this watch. It's kind of an obscure, there were thousands of pocket watch makers as well, so gonna have to do some research on this one as well. If you guys know more about this pocket watch, please drop a comment down below. I always love learning about watches like this. All right, next up we have a quartz watch, it looks like, and this is a Tiffany Co. Wow, portfolio Tiffany watch, women's watch. That is pretty cool. Now I've seen this watch before and it's not working. If I get a battery put in it, it's probably $100, $150 watch, which is pretty crazy because it's just a little women's ladies watch, but I guess it's all brand name on this one, what brings that money. So this is great news. As long as it works with a new battery, I should be able to get 100, 150, most of my money back on my entire purchase. So that's great news. All right, so we got another Bulova watch, and this one is actually mechanical. And I think this is a 1950s, I want to say it's called like presidential watch or something like that. Not entirely sure, but the dial is black, looks pretty good condition, but the crystal pretty darn scratched up. It's gonna need a new crystal. Let's wind it up and see if it works. All right, so it's working sometimes. Sometimes it ticks and then it stops. So this is gonna need a servicing, but this might be worth getting serviced. I think this, if it's put a new crystal on it, get it repaired, it's probably a $200 watch. So we'll look more into that. And this is a really cool looking watch right here. This is Marcel Cie. I've never heard of this watch company. I think it's an automatic watch. Yep, automatic, and it's already ticking right now. Unbreakable mainspring. You got the date indicator on there. Turn it around. Case is in good condition. Stainless steel case. This is a cool looking watch. It's probably from the 60s or 70s, I'd imagine. It's kind of got a fat crystal on it, fat case. This might be worth hanging on to alone. I'm gonna have to see how much this watch is worth. All right, 2 more watches left. We got a very nice Hamilton. I do think this is a 1950s Hamilton. Let's see if this is gold. All right, this is a 10 karat gold filled case Hamilton. And unfortunately, I think it's missing the seconds hand. The dial it's not too bad condition. Crystal's pretty scratched up, but let me wind it up and see if this is running. All right, unfortunately it ticks a little bit and then it stops. So this is another service watch. And I love Hamilton watches. It's one of my favorite watch brands. In fact, I'm wearing a Hamilton Storm King right now. Now, I might consider keeping this watch right here if I get it repaired. I could probably sell it for parts for at least, I'd say $75 by itself, $50, $75. So we're gonna consider this watch, but let's look at the last watch that's in here. And this is a sweet looking watch, really snazzy looking. It's a Lord Elgin 30 jewels self-winding. And hopefully it's ticking, and it is not ticking. So this is probably going to need a service as well. Now, I have seen this watch before online, and in running condition, this is like a $250, $300 watch. As you can see, the case is in pretty good condition, as well as the crystal and the dial. So man, I have choices here of what I want to hold on to and repair and add to my watch collection. So let's take a look at everything one more time, and hopefully we can make a decision here. All right, really quick, I wanted to use the black light here and see if any of these watches have some lumen dials, radioactivity. So let's turn off the light here and let's check them out. Lord Elgin does not. The Bulova does not. Oh, wow. That Marcel Cie watch does. Oh, and that's shining bright. That is super neat looking. It's really cool how even when you take the black light off of it, it glows for like 2 or 3 seconds. It takes a while to get back down. And the Hamilton does not glow. Sekonda does not glow. Helbros does glow. It's a pretty neat looking watch as well. Pocket watch, no. And then these 2 watches, they do not glow. All right, everyone, so there you have it. Everything on this left side, I'm probably gonna sell. Just to revise some of my earlier prices, this is probably cheaper than the $40 or $50. It's probably like a $20, $25 watch with a new battery and band. This Tiffany, unfortunately, it's not a Tiffany strap on it. So that's gonna hurt the value a little bit. I still think it's a $100 watch with a new battery. This Cimega now, it's probably a $20 watch, but surprisingly, I did see they made in a, I think it's like Cimega Electro watch, and it goes for a ton of money, like over $1,000. So unfortunately, it's not that watch. Sekonda, this is a nice little watch, probably 25, 30 bucks. And this Helbros, if it was working, it might be worth like close to $100, but unfortunately it's not. It's going to be a parts watch, 40 or 50 maybe. I can't find anything about this pocket watch. I've done some research. I'm going to have to do some deeper digging, but somebody might like that for parts, maybe a $40 or $50. And then here are the nice watches again, guys, the nicer watches that might be worth repairing. Now I'm really leaning towards the Lord Elgin 30 Jewel just because it looks so clean. The crystal's in good shape. A few little minor scratches. The dial looks great. Case looks great. It just needs a repair. The Hamilton has some potential too. It's like a $200 watch if I get it restored, but it does need a repair. It also needs a seconds hand on it. So I might be selling that. This Marcel is running strong so far, so I might be holding on to this too. Just put a new band on it. Looks pretty nice. By the way, the Hamilton is running so far as well. The Bulova watch, I think this is like a 1950s, 60s watch. I saw some similar ones sell for anywhere from like $50 to $150 if they're in good condition. So this might be, I mean, it's pretty beat up. The crystal is going to need new crystal. It's going to need a repair. So let me know what you guys think about these 4 watches. Which one should I get repaired? Which one is worth the investment? Drop a comment down below, guys. I hope you enjoyed this watch video, and please like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I'll be releasing some more watch videos and also military collectible videos very soon, including a video of how I got scammed out of $800. All right, you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Take care.